Welcome back to some more Umineko when they cry. So where we last left off, the last part was like an hour and a half, and because unfortunately recorded for over an hour, then took a break on the pause and then resumed it for the next 10 to 20 minutes for the such. But yeah, so far the person who is put into the first person perspective, what I remember is Yasu. So, and in which the full name, in which it's short for Yasuda. So it's Sayo Yasuda, and then I always felt Sayo is like sort of like a hint for it because Shannon's real name is Sayo, but it's like, why am I getting the feeling that Sayo was covering for her when like something bad happened to Shannon within that episode? But I could be wrong. But as far as I remember, Sayo, no, God Yasu was able to see Beatrice for the first time within the chapel on Rokujima because she was trying to look for the broom that she lost while on cleanup duty for the servant, I mean, or her role as a servant of doing cleanup duty. In which I don't know how she was able to lose a broom easily. I mean, a broom is like it's not even like I I can understand small objects, but big objects is like these is like a big ass broom. So yeah, I don't know why Gap is playing the role of Beatrice. That sort of tale because apparently Burn Castle one fucking crafted the fucking story of the O. So, but that's where yeah. See, that's the weird part. Yasu doesn't even display the gender as of yet. Because it's kind of why it's because I know it's like the counterpart to Leon. So the person, um, the main part, you know, was able to make friends with Beatrice, and the person, whatchamacallit, was asking Kumas. Usually, the only person that could talk to, other than Chan is Kumasawa, and Kumasawa, like she's making up these sort of stories of like how to counteract against the ghost and whatnot. That's involving string and such. Pretty sure I already. I know the name. I forgot the name. It's like Fujishima or however you call it, but it's been yeah. Anyway, it was a ramble. Aside from the rambling and then on and on, you know, even even Yasu is getting some sort of philosophy involving like reading through like mystery novels. This is where I stopped from there. So, without ado, without further ado, let's continue. Incidentally, the game Bieto and I played around, Then There Were None, ended with my defeat. Oh, I forgot. Her and Yasu are playing like sort of mystery game. In the end, I wasn't able to build a satisfying theory, and I had to learn the truth from the message bottle. Luckily, it did manage to drift into human hands. If it had sunk to the bottom of the ocean, as Bieto had suggested, I would have had no way of knowing the truth. In other words, I was forced to acknowledge UN Owen, which mystery. I once thought it was just a genre for novels. To think that it can so easily become a fight between witches and humans, truth and fantasy, fiction and reality, the two conflict with each other. I was instantly enraptured by this new game, quote unquote. As the months passed by, I read through all of the mystery novels in the school library and started to read mystery novels for adults. Ah, going through gonna gonna go through the advanced studies within mystery. I discussed them with Kumasawa. I discussed them with Shannon. I played my game of theory chess, the fight between witches and the truth. Those days were so much fun. Oh, I am what? I am one yet many. Here's to the fun game of the mind that had raptured me. And that chapter already concluded. New
第4
days.
章新しき日々
Dai New days. What do we got? The months and years slid by. In my new, more colorful life, I smiled at the spring sunshine peeking through the trees, gazed up at the column of summer clouds, enjoyed the piles of fallen leaves in autumn, played in the winter snow the few times it did fall. As these days passed one after another, there was a considerable change to my environment. Oh, Claire is not saying is not, making playing the narrator. I think I'm just reading it for her. There was a considerable change to my environment. The servants coming from the Fukuin house had switched. There weren't specific grades like in school, so there was no rule saying how long the servant worked before quitting. Each servant made their own decision about when they would graduate from Rokujima. Some of those who couldn't stand the environment would quit in as little as 3 days. After all, life on Rokujima was strict. It was also strict in the Fukuin house, but there were a lot of Rokujima-only rules, and Natsuki, the one who supervised its rules, was also very authoritarian. Why am I not surprised? Like, if you're gonna describe her as authoritarian, then you know that's what she was like to Canon and Shannon. So it was probably easy to feel trapped. That trapped feeling and the money sat on opposite sides of the scale that they used to decide the time of their graduation. And sometimes, someone from the Ushiromiya family would use their influence to secure someone a new job, encouraging them to spread their wings and start a new life. The cycle usually lasted 2 or 3 years. No one decided this, but it was one of the goals most servants shot for, an unspoken rule. However, I was an I was an exception to that rule. I continued to go to school on Nijima while still living as a servant. That year, all of the Fukuin house servants quit at once. It wasn't at all rare for friends to quit at the same time as each other. All of my fellow servants from the Fukuin house graduated from the island at once, leaving only me behind. Of course, I wasn't on particularly good terms with them. Of course. Yeah, like, being elitist and, you know, don't really, it's like the school. It's like the whole like upperclassmen going against the lowerclassmen type of thing. I mean, I wouldn't say it applies to all schools per se, but it's like one of those things. On the contrary, it was annoying to be treated like a kid and called Yasu all the time. Though some new servants had come after me, the older ones had already gotten them believing that Yasu loses things all the time. So it wasn't really any more pleasant to have new comrades. Those unpleasant older servants, as well as the ones who started at the same time or after I did, all quit at once. The Ushiromiya family made no effort to stop them from leaving. Adult servants were easier to handle in the first place. Servants. Wow. So it makes it seems like Yasu, it feels like, this person is more of like the bullied victim out of all the Fukuin house servants were only accepted so that they trained. And so all of the servants besides me left and no one tried to stop them.
じゃあねヤス。あんた物をなくしたりするんじゃないわよ。
I don't lose things anymore though.
じゃあね。奥様の言うことよく聞くのよ。後から来る仲間に迷惑かけるんじゃないわよ。いまだに謎よね。どうしてヤスはここに推薦されたの？それを言ったらいまだに奥様がヤスの勤務を認めてる方が意外だわ。逃げ出さない分だけ根性があるってもんだ。しっかりなヤス。
I hate being called Yasu. At the very end, I finally said the one thing I'd always wanted to say to them. However, they basically ignored me, just picked up their things and left. Just like that. Wow. I know they have the heads of like the Purgatory Sisters, but man, what a bunch of assholes. This is... I want to say that that sort of treatment can be applied to like everything, but who knows? Who knows that shit could, possibly be like that. Fucking hell.
みんなとはついにお友達になれなかったね。
Yeah, no shit. I didn't even want to. Yeah, you have the fucking decision to not be friends with them. Like see, that's the thing. That's the common sense type of ideal. If these type of people make you uncomfortable, you don't have to be friends with them. Like nobody is good. Nobody's holding a gun to your head, like off screen or anywhere, and say that hey, you should be friends with them or else. Well.
うん。向こうもそうだったろうし、おあいこだね。あの人たちのことはもう忘れちゃおう。
Of course.
もうお互い何の関わりもない。
Yeah.
だから心に留める必要もない。
Yeah, you're right. I felt just a bit disappointed. I never got a chance to prove to them that I could take care of myself.
人は最初の印象をいつまでも引きずる生き物だからね。だから仕方がない。あなたがどんなに素晴らしい人間に成長しても、彼女らはきっといつまでもヤスと呼び続けてあなたをバカにしたと思うもの。そんな人たちに認めさせようと思うなんて全然意味のないことなんだよ。
Yes. Yeah, you're right, Shannon. I'll completely forget about those people.
それがいいよ。
Yeah, that's just how it feels. Like no matter how much you try to, impress them, it's they're always going to treat you the same way. I guess it's like it reminds me of I'm not sure if I already said this, but it reminds me of that one K-drama that I used to watch.
あなたには私や熊沢さんなどの素敵な友達がいるじゃない。
I mean, Kumasawa is like the grandma for Yasuda, and Shannon seems more of like, the big sister figure for us, for her. or that person saw.
そして新しい使用人の人たちの前では今度は一人前の姿を見せてあげればいい。
Yeah. Although the problem is that I'm pretty sure the new servants probably heard the gossip by now, but it's just unfortunate. You know, you can't really, change people's minds per se. Yeah. Shannon was exactly right. Ever since that day when I held Excuse me. Ever since that day when I held the key with the spiderweb charm up high, I had regained my confidence and pride. I am now the most experienced Fukuin servant. All because you got some advice. The new servants who come will still probably be older than me, but I need to teach them the ropes as the more experienced servant. Oh, sure. Genji-sama even told me to lead the newest servants as a senpai. Oh, boy. Okay. I'll give it my all.
その息だね。
Senpai seems more of like, a more experienced figure or older figure. Like,
一緒に頑張ろう。
sure. I'll give it that. Yeah! Let's go out there and kick some ass.
アスネと申します。
Asune? What?
よろしくお願いいたします。
Is this the servant? Oh god. So, we have 4 servants who are being complete assholes, and it's apparently that even though their heads look like fucking, Lucifer, Leviathan, Belphegor, and Satan, these 4 servants were being assholes to Yasu. Now it's gonna be the other 3. It's gonna be Asmodi as Beelzebub and fucking Mammon. Although I'm getting the feeling that Mammon is gonna be a complete ass. The person with the head of Mammon is gonna be a complete asshole. I feel it.
ベルネと申します。
Asne? Belne?
よろしくお願いします。
Oh god. Oh god, I gotta hear these fucking voices. Jesus Christ. The newly arrived servants looked a bit superficial. When I first joined the Ushiromiya family, I was incredibly nervous. However, I couldn't see any trace of that nervousness on these girls.
ええ。基本的には成績が優秀で貧困法制な子が選ばれます。
Usually kids with good grades and behavior were selected. Well, I'm pretty sure the previous 4 had shit behavior. That doesn't. I highly fucking doubt that. If anything, these 4 of us were fucking sounded like fucking delinquents, if you ask me.
どうやって選ぶの？誰が選ぶの？
理事の先生方が来て面接をされるんです。他にも日頃の素行とか。
Good.
じゃあ先生の前でだけいいこぶってても合格できちゃうってことも？まあその先生が見て良いと判断されれば合格することも。
Oh, so that's why. It's not just the previous 4 being acting like delinquents. They're only acting bad behavior if it's the person they don't like. Yeah, okay. Okay, buddy.
福音の家よりやってくる子たちはいつだって個性的だった。それが使用人としての日々の中で研磨され、やがては後ろ宮家の使用人の名に恥じない立派な姿に成長していくのだ。 とはいえそれを促すのは先輩使用人たちの役目。今や我だけが古参である以上、彼女らを立派に導く責務があるのだ。
Yeah, you are the one who got passed on the torch towards you.
新しく来た子たちはどんな感じだった？
もちろんエリートね。貧困法制な。奥様や源氏様の前ではそうだったと思います。でも目上の方がいらっしゃらない時はちょっと不真面目だったみたいで。
Uh-oh.
アスネさん、お道具は使うたびにちゃんと台車に戻してください。え？はーい、ごめんなさい。
I also have to be alert as a more experienced servant. And Belnis-san, you shouldn't set your key down in a place like that. You'll lose it.
なくしません。私、置いた場所は絶対忘れませんから。
Oh god, so this is what it's like. So Yasu's got to put up with the fucking bullshit of having to, like, you know, balance, you know, the bullshit of work-life balance. Now Yasu's got to put up with, you know, work-life balance and leadership at the same time. When I first arrived here, the older servants would often tell me off just as I had done now. They would probably have been mean and obnoxious about it. I had hated that, so I tried to be more gentle when admonishing them, but they wouldn't take me seriously. Listen up. You know there's a witch living in the mansion, don't you?
おお、ベアトリーチェよ。
God damn, that fucking head. That head change, though.
それ似てる。
You know, when in doubt, when you try to use the far cry of constant fear-mongering to discipline the servants, it just doesn't work for those two.
まさかシャノンちゃんも。それ信じてるわけじゃないですよね。
Belne and Asne.
いえ、本当にいるんですよ。物をほったらかしにしておくと魔女がいたずらして隠したりするんですよ。
It's true. I've gotten into trouble many times because of it.
魔女が物を隠すなんて。そんなことあるわけないじゃないですか。魔女なんてそんなのいるわけないし。いるわけないです。魔女なんて。いたずらだと思ってました。いや、そう思っていられるうちが気楽だった気がします。
魔女ベアトリーチェは確かにいたと思う。
This is a drastic change there.
私は信じない。ベアトリーチェがあったかは分かりません。でも人間じゃない何かは確かにあのお屋敷にいたんじゃないかと思います。人間じゃない何かというのはベアトリーチェの可能性もあると思う？
So, that's weird. So, if an equivalency of... See, that's the thing, right? Those two... I wonder if those two not believing in Beatrice that exists. Not believing in Beatrice being existent is like equivalent to like atheism per se. Although I don't know how that really if it's, I don't know if it's similar, but so they don't believe in the witch, but they know that there's a non-human, an inhuman, you know, resemblance.
バカバカしい。私もバカバカしいと思いたい。あれはきっとヤスのいたずら。仕返しでしょ。私も最初はそう思ったけれど。
The look on her face.
いたずらでは説明できないことがあった。
必要というか気持ち悪い。具体的にはどんなことがあったの？置いたものがふと振り返った拍子にはもうないんです。ヤスが隠したんでしょ。最初はそう思った。
Could be a possibility, you know.
そう考えるのが自然だった。でも違和感も覚えてた。あんな気弱な子がそこまでえげつないことするかなってずっと思ってた。
Or, you know, Yasu has put up the bullying from the older servants to where to where Yasu, you know, pushes it back on the new servants like Belne and Asne. So that could be one of those things. Because it's funny how Yasu doesn't like, you know, being obnoxious when it comes to discipline, but at the same time using like some sort of tricks and pranks to like actually discipline the two if they was to do something stupid on their job.
どんなことがあったか話して。
鍵束がなくなった時には私が見てない隙にヤスがひょいってどこかに隠したんだろうと思えた。でも鍵束から一つの鍵だけが消えてて、それがありもしないところから出てくるなんて考えられない。
And surely, you know, it wasn't just a sleep key ring.
その鍵だけあんたが見てない隙に引っこ抜いたんじゃないの？そんなのできる？実際に鍵束を丸ごとひょいっと隠すならともかく、鍵束から鍵を一つ抜き取るって考えれば考えるほどに簡単じゃないよ。
Yeah, I wonder how you can like dismantle a single key off a key ring, especially how old it is.
ガチャガチャガチャガチャ。すぐそこで私が背中を向けてるのよ。そんなこと悠長にやってたらいくら私がバカでも気がつく。
Right.
でも音もなくスーッと鍵が一つだけ消えていた。
Vanished without a sound.
あの時に初めて気がついたの。これ逆ギレしたヤスのいたずらじゃなくて、もっとそのヤバいもんなんじゃねって。
What can it be worse, I wonder?
その紛失した鍵はどこから見つかったの？
Like, what can possibly go wrong?
私のロッカーから。ベルネうっかり屋だからさ。ひょいって鍵をそれだけ外してロッカーにしまったのを忘れてたんじゃないの？鍵玉からなんでわざわざその鍵だけを外すわけ？
What?
ハスね、鍵束の鍵外したり、あるいは戻したりしたことある？私も試してみた。あれすごく硬い。わざわざやらない。やる意味ないし。私無遊病？自分でやったことの記憶さえないっての？
You have two blonde brats arguing with each other. Funny.
私バカだけど、そこまでバカじゃない。
I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Well, you just said you're maybe stupid.
私そこまで自分のこと忘れてたりしない。
Like,
それに私の鍵さ、確実に部屋に入った時はあったよ。じゃなきゃあの部屋の鍵、私どうやって開けたわけよ。だからさ、音をさせないようにさ、スルリとヤスがうまく鍵を抜いてベルネのロッカーに隠したんだよ、きっと。私も最初はそう思った。ヤスに舐めたことすんじゃねって食ってかかった。でも言いながら思ってた。これ絶対変じゃねって。だってさ、あの日私たちずっとヤスと一緒に部屋回ってたわけでしょ。鍵をカチャカチャ外すほどの隙は絶対ないよ。ヤスには無理。
even then, like keys are made of metal. Like you make one single noise when it comes to pickpocketing, and because the keys would like jangle.
っていうか誰にも不可能だよ。
Yeah,
音をさせずに、それもわずかの隙に鍵を一本だけ抜き取るなんて。
like unless you're like really agile when it comes to stealing, then it could be like more or less possible. But I mean, of course, like when you have a habit of leaving your keys on table and such, or somewhere on a counter, and then of course you'll lose shit easily.
受け取った時からもうマスターキーが1本足りなかったとか。だから言ってんじゃん。ちゃんと鍵は最初あった。あの部屋の鍵を開けたのは私だから絶対鍵はあった。で、部屋に入って、私バカだから鍵のジャラジャラが嫌いでひょいとベッドの上に置いといた。
Well, at least, and there you go. You said you were stupid. Place the ring on the bed.
それで掃除終わって鍵束取って正常しようとしたらもうなかった。背中を向けてはいたけれど鍵のすぐそばにいた。だから誰かが鍵を一本だけ抜くなんていたずらをして悠長にガチャガチャ言わせたらすぐわかる。なのにその部屋の鍵一本だけがスーッと蒸発して私のロッカーの中に。
Huh. Okay, so you would hear the clinking of the noises of the keys. So, okay, so you don't just intentionally lose shit, but you're just being alert. But even then, you shouldn't be like. Is this still scoldable when you be like, maybe you should have just put the keys in your pocket in the first place?
いいよ。ヤスがこっそりやったって仮定してもいい。
let's say hypothetically.
そう考えると気楽になれるもん。でもね、じゃあどうやってロッカーに入れたわけ？ヤス、私たちとずっと一緒じゃん。私がないないって大騒ぎしてあちこち探し回ってロッカーの中で見つけるまでずっと一緒だったじゃん。
Maybe wasn't Shannon with Yasu in the two? What if, or unless Shannon was present, leaving at the same time. I don't know.
ありえないって。私、ヤスに当たり散らしながら感じ始めてた。というか、ヤスの瞳がさ、無言で言ってるわけ。あの子の言うさ、いつの間にか物がなくなってるって、みんなが言うようにあの子がぼんやりしてるんじゃなくて、私と同じで突然ありえないことが起こって、その
And
ヤスはずっと一緒だったからロッカーに入れるのは不可能？
そんなおかしなことが他にも。
そう、物がなくなるとか単純にそれだけじゃないことがその後も他にも何度も何度も。さすがに薄気味悪くなって物とかその辺に置かないように気をつけたけど、それでもダメだった。最初こそヤスなめんなって思ってたけど、途中からマジでこれは違うって理解し始めた。私がポケットに入れっぱなしにしてたはずの鍵束から鍵が消えたことだってある。私は気づいた。ヤスがいたずらしてんじゃない。
you don't think those were pranks?
ヤスも私も同じ何かにやられてるんじゃないかって。
Hey, this is the domino effect.
落ち着きなよ。私は一部はヤスのいたずら、それ以外のほとんどはベルネのうっかりか勘違いだと思ってるよ。確かに屋敷はいつも薄暗くてどこか薄気味悪かったし、なんかたたりとか呪いとかそんなのがあってもおかしくなさそうな雰囲気はあった。そのせいできっとベルネはおかしな方向に怯えちゃったんじゃないかなって。あんただって見たでしょ。ほら、あの雨の日、記念室に消えるおかしな白い影を見たでしょ。見たけど、白い何かを着た奥様かお嬢様じゃない？白い何かって何？そんな服を着てるの奥様もお嬢様も見たことないよ。
Who knows if it's just some random woman in a silhouette just wearing something white.
というか、あの貴賓室いつも施錠されてるし、奥様とかは鍵持ってないし、あれは絶対幽霊とか亡霊とか。
Someone is putting a white bed sheet on top of it and just playing the ghost just to haunt them.
絶対に魔女の影だった。
Ooh, I'm the ghost of the mansion.
とまあ、途中からベルネはこんな感じ。 すっかり怯えてしまった。私はすれてるから。ベルネがビビればビビるほど魔女なんてバカらしい、そんなのいるわけないって思いを強くしたけど、でもさすがに空気を読まざるを得なかった。というかうかつに口にしない方がいい話題だと気づき始めてた。怪談とかたたりってさ、部外者が聞くと本当にバカバカしい。でもね、そこにいる当事者からすると全然笑えない。あれは本当に笑えない話だったよ。
I mean, I feel like I always saw like, Japanese urban legends and like some urban legends outside of like, the Japan spheres usually tend to be a joke, but anything can be a possibility within the conspiracy, I guess.
アスネはちっとも私の話を信じてくれなかった。だから私途中からアスネに相談するのやめてヤスに打ち明けて相談したの。私はあんたのいたずらだと思ってたけど絶対にあんたじゃない。なんかおかしなものにやられてるって。
そうしたらなんて。
自分も同じようなことが何度もあったけど誰に相談しても信じてくれなかったって。第一、先輩とかはヤスのことバカにしてたけどヤスは言われるほどドジでもバカでもなかった。年下に仕切られるのはムカつくからいつも反抗してたけど仕事は割とそつなくこなしてた。そんなヤスがそこまでバカにされるほど物をなくすなんてことあるのかなって不思議に思ってた。
Or, Yasu was the part of being the bullied victim, and now Yasu just doing this just to, maybe, who knows, maybe Yasu's just doing this just to bully you too. Bully you too.
だから確信したの。いる。このお屋敷には人間とは異なる何かおかしなものがいるって。
それが魔女ベアトリーチェだと。
もしそれがそう呼ばれるものならば信じる。
You're gonna give in that easily?
とにかく人間じゃ説明ができないものが確かにあの屋敷にはいたの。それを理解できない人たちが私やヤスのことをドジだのうっかりだの勝手に言ってた。分かってない。全然分かってない。でもベルネもさすがにヤバいと思ってしっかりするようになったじゃん。そしたら物がなくなるとかの騒ぎなくなったじゃん。やっぱりベルネの勘違いだったんだよ。
Surely it's just your imagination. Surely.
違うよ。私、
Oh?
ヤスにシャノに熊沢さんとかにも相談したの。
Oh my.
そしたらやっぱり魔女はいるって。
What the hell? That's wild.
古い使用人たちはみんなちゃんと敬ってるって。私はベアトリーチェなんているわけないって堂々とバカにしてたからたたられたんだって。
It's one of those tales that if you disrespect God, then God will disrespect you.
だから心を入れ替えた。ヤスに貴賓室の人形のお参りの仕方を習った。源氏様に頼んで 鎮守の社にもお参りさせてもらった。そしたら収まったの、ピタリと。アスネも途中から魔女のことバカにしなくなったからよかったけど、もしも空気読まずにずっとバカにし続けてたら、今度はあんたがたたりの標的にされてたに違いない。私が保証するよ、絶対にあんたがたたられてた。さすがに私もドン引くかな。口に出して言いやしないけど。あんた分かってない。本当に分かってないよ。だから私は新しい後輩にはきちっと教えたよ。このお屋敷にはベアトリーチ様という魔女がいる。バカにするとマジでたたるからって。ベルネ、物がね、消えたらそれは魔女がすぐ近くにいて私たちを見てるって合図なんだよ。
Who the fuck would want to work in a fucking who the fuck want to work for the Ushiromiya mansion?
いたずらだとか魔女なんかいるわけないとか、そんなことを言ったらもっともっとたたられてしまう。私もヤスもそう。鍵が消えたらそれは魔女が現れた印。
Why is it playing Golden Slaughter? Oh shit. Was a prank. This is so weird. What is the servant victim gonna get killed off for fucking it up, from the get-go? Belnis-san carelessly tossed her key ring on the bed again, humming as she started to clean. No matter how much I warn her, she doesn't change her ways. She's always making fun of me and calling me Yasu, so she won't listen to what I tell her. Why won't she listen to what I say? You mustn't leave things lying carelessly about. If you lower your guard, the witch will prank you.
うまそうな鍵束が放り出されておるわ。
It's the red dress wearing Beatrice. Stop it, please! That's Belni-san's key. Keep your pranking to me alone. Let the others be.
そなたは最近すっかり用心深くなって面白くなかったところだ。冗談冗談。それにしても我が友が親切に忠告しているというのに耳を貸さぬとは不愉快な奴らよ。
Look at that smug look on her face. She's like, you know, but I'm just doing the part of being your friend, you know? And since you're cautious and hardworking, you're not fun. So I'm just gonna do the same thing to other people on your behalf.
我が友を蔑む言動の数々、わらわに対するものと受け取らせてもらおうぞ。
Are you planning to steal Belne-san's key? Please don't do it. She'll think I hid it again.
わらわの魔法をそなたごときの仕業と見下すか。ならばよかろう。人間には無理なことを見せてやればよい。
Oh my fucking god.
我が魔法を見せてやる。愚かなるベルネとやら、我が友の忠告に耳を貸さなかったことを後悔させてくれる。この希薄な体では物足りぬ。借りるぞ、そなたの体。久々に本当の魔法を見せてやりたくなったぞ。わずかのひととき、再び我が身を現世に。
What the fuck do you mean you're gonna borrow the... Are you telling me, are you just gonna take the... Are you just... Don't tell me you're gonna fucking, you know, fuse your own vessel of the body to Yasu. Huh? A shiver ran up my whole body like an electric shock. From that movement onwards, I couldn't move any part of my body by my own will. Like a moment of shock after a blackout, I could do nothing but accept the fact that I had lost control over myself. All of the cells throughout my body felt tingling. It felt as though my body had been transformed into someone else's. I realized that the witch Beatrice was using my body as a vessel to revive for a short period of time.
いいぞ、この外気の肌をくすぐる感覚。やはり肉体はいい。
What are you trying to do? Please don't do anything mean. This time, everything was backwards. My words were spoken inside my heart, and the witch's voice was coming out of my mouth.
怯えるな。すぐに体は返す。ささやかないたずらで懲らしめるだけであるわ。そなたが疑われるような安っぽい真似はせぬ。さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。そなたがどこにて眠っていたのやら。
Everything went completely white, and my mind stopped. Actually, nah. This seems like a bit of a cliffhanger there, so I think this is a good time to end here. So, where have we learned within like over 50 minutes in? So, Yasu, you know, is now taking part of leadership within being the older, the the upper rank of the servants within the Ushiromiya family. You know. However, within the cost of dealing with Asne and Belne, the two blondie brats, however you can call it. Although, while those two blondies never like have the belief of not believing in Beatrice. However, those two apparently the two were getting, according to their freaking story, their mumble jumble, those two were getting you know, punished. Although they thought it was a Yasu being responsible for, getting back at them for, how should I say it? For because it feels like Yasu felt more of like the victim who got bullied by the older servants, and then therefore um, taking it out on the two. That's part of it. That could be that. But and now apparently this is like the paranormal entity where the demon possessing the body of Yasu. Interesting. I wonder how this will turn out. Who knows? Anyway, next part. Well, let's what we will Wonder what will happen next after Yasu's body gets possessed. I mean, with that said, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one.